In Form 2, we looked at the internal landforming processes, and external landforming processes is a Form 3 topic. Let's see what we can learn from this topic. Rather, what you must learn or should learn from this topic. So, we're going to define weathering, mass wasting, hydrological cycle, river systems, lakes, and glaciation. Let's do that before we're able to distinguish between oceans and seas. So, weathering, this is a mechanical breakdown or chemical decay of rocks in situ, that is without movement, as a result of the exposure at or near the Earth's surface. This follows closely with mass wasting, which is we're going to define it, which is the movement of weathered material downslope under the influence of gravity. And so we are also going to look at the hydrological cycle, and actually should be able to understand what the process is like and the significance. And so hydrological cycle is the endless circulation of water from the ocean into the atmosphere through evaporation, back to the land in form of rain, and again to the ocean in form of surface runoff. It's also referred to as a water cycle. And so all that is explained and should be understood by understanding this presentation, this image. So just by looking at these, we can sum these up as a continuous link of condensation, precipitation, infiltrations, overland flows, and evaporations. So we're also supposed to look at action of rivers, and that is by defining rivers, river erosion, transportation, and deposition of the resultant features. We're also supposed to look at the development of cross and long river profiles, river capture and rejuvenation, drainage patterns, and the significance of both the rivers and the river formed features. And so we'll again look at lakes, define them, describe the formation and the classification of the same, and finally look at their significance. And so ocean, seas, and types of coasts. We are supposed to distinguish, rather you are supposed to distinguish between oceans and seas, the nature of ocean water, water movement, water erosion, transportation, deposition, and the resultant features, types of coasts, and the significance of the oceans, the seas, the coasts, and the coastal features. We look at action of wind and water in arid areas, and under these we look at the processes of wind erosion and transportation in arid areas, look at the features formed by wind erosion and deposition, look at the features formed by water in arid areas, look at the features and their significance of all of those features. Action of water in limestone areas, look at the sources of underground water, formation of rivers by surface and underground water in limestone areas, significance of these features, and finally look at glaciation, which is, we are supposed to define glaciation, which is the process by which moving ice erodes, transports, deposits materials on the surface of the earth. So a glacier is a mass of ice of limited width moving outward from an area of accumulation. And we have examples of or classes of the same. And we're also supposed to define ice sheets, ice caps, icebergs, and the snow line. And so we are supposed to look at the processes of glacial erosion, transportation, deposition in highland and lowland areas, and the resultant features, and finally the significance. That's what you're supposed to know under this topic, external landforming processes. And to do a quick review, we are supposed to look at, or rather you are supposed to know what weathering is, mass wasting, hydrological cycle, action of rivers, lakes, oceans, seas and types of coasts, action of wind and water in arid areas, action of water in limestone areas, glaciation, and carry out a fieldwork of the landforms within the local environment. All these we can look at them in detail from the geography app on your Google Play Store. That's the end of our class, and see you in the next classes, which we are going to discuss the subtopics in details.